And now to a rare look inside a wing of Buckingham Palace, rarely seen by the public.
Is the white drawing room. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Beautiful cabinet here, wonderful bars.
Being part of the royal staff sounds like it might be a glamorous gig, working in palaces, brushing shoulders with royalty, and maybe even sneaking some leftover scones. But the truth? It's a labyrinth of peculiar rules, all designed to uphold centuries-old traditions and the perfect image of the monarchy. Let's count down 20 of the weirdest rules royal staff have to follow, from the bizarre to the downright frustrating. 20. Tiptoe around the carpets. The hand-woven rugs are considered so sacred that staff must only walk along the edges. These rugs, some of which date back centuries, are not just decor but are treated as historical artifacts. It's all about preserving symmetry and perfection. Even the slightest misstep is a no-no because, apparently, pristine carpets trump practicality. To ensure the carpets remain in pristine condition, special cleaners are brought in regularly, but the staff is expected to make their own contributions by avoiding any wear and tear. Staff are also instructed to report any signs of damage or wear immediately, ensuring quick restoration. Each carpet undergoes periodic inspection, during which experts assess its condition and make necessary repairs. Staff are also reminded that even small spills can become monumental issues due to the delicate nature of these artifacts. Making tea with precision. How does it elevate a simple act? 19. Prince Charles's perfect cup of tea. If you think you're picky about your tea, Prince Charles takes it to a whole new level. Forget tea bags. Only loose leaves will do, and they must be measured with military precision. 1 teaspoon per cup, plus an extra for the pot. The water. It must be at exactly 70 degrees for green tea, or 100 for black. And don't mess up the order. Honey first, then tea. Got the cup's handle misaligned? Start over. The process is not just about tea. It reflects the meticulous nature of royal routines. Staff members even receive special training on how to prepare beverages to meet royal standards. This perfectionism underscores the importance placed on upholding royal traditions. Every teacup and saucer is pre-warmed before use to ensure optimal temperature retention. Staff are also expected to know Prince Charles's preferences for different teas at various times of the day. For instance, he might favor a lighter tea in the morning and a robust black tea in the afternoon. The ritual often involves tasting the brewed tea to ensure it meets precise flavor expectations. Caring with boundaries. How does professionalism guide emotions? 18. Emotional detachment for nannies. Being a royal nanny sounds sweet until you learn the golden rule. No emotional bonds. Sure, you're looking after the future monarch, but don't get too cozy. Hugs and warmth? Off the table. Your job is to care, not love. It's all about professionalism, but let's be honest, it's cold. Royal nannies attend a specialized training program that emphasizes maintaining boundaries while still providing the highest level of care. They are expected to manage schedules, monitor education, and ensure the children's safety, but all while keeping their feelings in check. This rule exists to protect the image of the royal family and to prevent any emotional entanglements that could disrupt the formal structure of royal life. Nannies are also trained in cultural etiquette, ensuring they can teach royal children the nuances of diplomacy from a young age. They are often multilingual, which helps in fostering the children's global awareness. Additionally, nannies must coordinate with other staff members, such as chefs and tutors, to ensure the children's needs are met seamlessly. The emotional distance is further reinforced by the fact that royal nannies rarely stay with the family during personal vacations or holidays, maintaining a strictly professional dynamic. A bowl of cereal turns into a ritual. What makes the ordinary feel royal? 17. Breakfast. The Queen's cereal ritual. Serving cereal sounds simple, but not for the Queen. First, the cereal must be served dry. Milk only comes into play when Her Majesty gives the go-ahead. And the milk? It must be poured from a silver jug, not a carton. It's all about keeping things, well, royal. Even the choice of cereal is carefully curated, often including only the highest quality brands. The Queen's breakfast routine is part of a larger emphasis on maintaining an impeccable morning ritual, one that has remained consistent for decades. Staff must also ensure that the breakfast table is set with the finest china and that everything is positioned precisely to her liking. Additionally, any fruit served must be perfectly sliced into bite-sized pieces. The silverware used must be polished to a mirror-like finish to reflect the standard of perfection expected in royal dining. Furthermore, the Queen's breakfast preferences are reviewed periodically to accommodate any changes in her diet or health requirements. Even the temperature of the room during breakfast is monitored to ensure her comfort. In a connected world, what does it cost to stay private? 16. Social media silence. No tweets, no selfies, no Facebook posts. If you work for the royals, your digital life is essentially non-existent. The royal family doesn't want any secrets leaking out, not even by accident. For staff, this rule means sacrificing any chance to share their lives online. This level of control extends beyond work-related content. Staff are often advised to avoid social media altogether to prevent any possibility of compromising the family's privacy. Violating this rule can result in immediate dismissal and legal consequences. The rationale is simple. In the age of viral moments, even a harmless post could turn into a public relations nightmare. Staff are also required to undergo digital security training to recognize and avoid potential cyber threats. They must refrain from tagging their location or sharing information that could inadvertently reveal palace routines. The palace employs specialists to monitor social media platforms for any unauthorized mentions or breaches. Even after leaving employment, staff are bound by non-disclosure agreements that limit their ability to discuss their royal roles. The strict policy ensures that the mystique and privacy of royal life remain intact. Quiet mornings aren't just a preference. They're a rule. 15. No morning vacuuming. Cleaning might be a priority, but don't you dare start vacuuming before noon. Apparently, the sound disrupts the peace and could spoil the serene royal mornings. If you're cleaning up crumbs early, you'd better use a broom. This rule is rooted in maintaining a tranquil atmosphere for the family as they begin their day. The staff's workday is meticulously planned, with noisier chores scheduled for later hours. This extends to other noisy activities as well. Even moving furniture or clattering dishes is frowned upon during the early hours. Staff often use special sound dampening tools to complete quieter tasks in the morning. They are trained to move and work discreetly, ensuring the royal household wakes to a serene and undisturbed environment. Additionally, vacuum cleaners used in the palace are designed to operate as silently as possible. This attention to noise levels is part of the broader effort to maintain an atmosphere of calm and order within the palace. Why are names replaced with symbols of respect? 14. Say no to first names. No matter how long you've been on staff, you're never calling them Liz or Will. It's always Your Majesty or Your Royal Highness. Even in private, the formality never drops. It's titles all the way. This rule underscores the importance of hierarchy and respect within the royal household. New staff members undergo rigorous training to ensure they address everyone correctly. Slipping up is not just considered unprofessional, it's a serious breach of protocol. The emphasis on titles is rooted in centuries-old traditions meant to reinforce the monarchy's stature. Even written correspondence must adhere to these formalities, with no abbreviations or casual phrases permitted. Staff are also taught to use specific gestures, such as bows or curtsies, to accompany their formal greetings. These practices extend to interactions with visiting dignitaries, ensuring that the royal protocol is maintained on all fronts. By enforcing these rules, the palace upholds the decorum that defines its public and private interactions. What's sacrificed in the pursuit of grandeur and loyalty? 13. Loneliness in service. Forget holidays or birthdays with loved ones. Royal staff work around the clock, often sacrificing their personal lives entirely. They might live in stunning palaces, but the isolation takes its toll. Many staff members live on site, often in small quarters far removed from the luxury they help maintain. The demanding schedules mean they miss out on personal milestones and social interactions, leading to a sense of detachment from the outside world. For many, the job becomes their entire life. Staff quarters are often designed for functionality rather than comfort, with minimal personal touches allowed. The intense work environment fosters a sense of camaraderie among colleagues, but it also reinforces the distance from their families. On rare occasions, staff are permitted short breaks, but these are tightly controlled and often interrupted by sudden demands. The sacrifice of personal time is viewed as a testament to their dedication to the monarchy. This aspect of the job often leads to high turnover, as many find the emotional toll too much to bear over time. When every step reflects deference, how do you stay present yet unseen? 12. Always walk behind. Royal staff must always walk behind the family. Even if the royals are strolling through a garden or walking to their car, staff stay in the background, literally. Walking alongside or ahead would break tradition and protocol. This rule is a physical representation of the deference expected from staff. It ensures that the focus remains on the royals at all times. Even during formal processions, staff are trained to move discreetly, maintaining their place in the hierarchy without drawing attention. This practice reinforces the visual hierarchy that places the royals firmly at the center of attention. Staff are also taught specific walking paces to match the family's movements without standing out. During public events, they are expected to stay far enough back to remain unobtrusive, but close enough to respond to any needs. This constant balancing act requires a high level of awareness and discipline. By adhering to this rule, staff help maintain the carefully curated image of the monarchy as the central focus of any gathering. Blending into the background isn't easy. How is it perfected? 11. The silent shadow rule. Staff are expected to be as invisible as possible. Move quietly, speak only when spoken to, and never draw attention to yourself. It's almost like being a ghost, just one with an immaculate uniform. This expectation extends to how staff interact with each other while on duty. Even casual conversations must be kept to a minimum. The goal is to create an atmosphere where the royals can operate without being reminded of the workforce behind the scenes. Staff are trained in techniques to minimize noise, from walking in soft-soled shoes to using non-clattering tools. Any sounds that might disrupt the peace are avoided at all costs. Even emergencies are handled with the utmost discretion, ensuring that the family remains undisturbed. This rule highlights the high value placed on discretion and professionalism within the royal household. By blending seamlessly into the background, staff help maintain the illusion of effortless elegance that defines royal life. Every word matters. How far must discretion go? 10. Confidentiality is key. Every staff member signs a strict confidentiality agreement. Gossiping about palace life or sharing private royal details is grounds for immediate dismissal and could even land you in court. Talk about high stakes. These agreements often extend beyond the duration of employment, meaning former staff members must remain tight-lipped for life. This level of secrecy helps maintain the mystique of the monarchy and prevents any potentially damaging information from reaching the public. Staff are also prohibited from keeping personal diaries or journals that might document palace life. Any notes required for work purposes are stored securely and destroyed after use. Background checks for new hires often include scrutiny of their online activity to assess their reliability. Additionally, staff are briefed on how to handle inquiries from the media or curious acquaintances. By enforcing these rules, the palace ensures that its inner workings remain shielded from public scrutiny. When clothes become part of your duty, every detail counts. 9. Dress code discipline. Forget personal style. Every outfit, from suits to dresses, must align with the royal dress code. Subdued colors, conservative cuts, and absolutely no bold patterns are allowed. Fashion freedom? Not here. Staff are expected to blend into the background, ensuring that their appearance never distracts from the royals. Even accessories are tightly regulated. Jewelry must be minimal and hairstyles must be neat and professional. The dress code reflects the high standards of the royal household and reinforces the staff's role as supporting players in a larger production. Uniforms are tailored to each staff member to ensure a perfect fit, reflecting the overall emphasis on precision. Seasonal adjustments are made to accommodate weather changes while maintaining the required formal appearance. Staff are also provided with guidelines on appropriate footwear, which must be practical yet elegant. Violations of the dress code are addressed swiftly, often with reminders or fines. By adhering to these guidelines, staff contribute to the seamless visual harmony of the royal household. Even delivering coffee is a ritual. Why does the process matter so much? 8. The coffee relay. Making coffee for the queen is an event. One staff member pours it into a silver jug, another carries it on a tray, and finally, it's delivered to Her Majesty. Even a simple cup of coffee is a royal production. The multi-step process ensures that everything is done with precision and elegance. This level of formality might seem excessive, but it's a reflection of the meticulous standards that govern all aspects of royal life. The coffee must also meet specific flavor preferences, often determined by Her Majesty's mood or health needs. The tray used must be polished to perfection, and the cup must be pre-warmed before serving. Staff are trained to carry the tray with minimal movement to avoid spills or clatters. Any deviation from these procedures is considered unacceptable and may lead to retraining. This ritual underscores the importance of maintaining consistency and excellence in every detail. Personal comforts take a back seat to perfection. 7. No pets allowed. Love animals? Too bad. Staff can't bring their furry friends into the palace. The royal home must remain pristine, and pets are considered a disruption. Imagine leaving your beloved dog behind for your job. Harsh, right? This rule emphasizes the strict boundaries between personal and professional life for royal staff. Even visiting pets are rarely allowed, ensuring that the palace remains a controlled environment. Royal residences are designed to accommodate the family's specific needs, leaving little room for unexpected additions like staff pets. The concern also extends to allergies or potential damages that pets might cause. Staff are encouraged to make alternative arrangements for their animals, such as boarding facilities or pet sitters. While this rule might seem harsh, it reflects the broader emphasis on order and predictability within the royal household. By keeping personal pets out, the palace ensures a seamless and distraction-free environment for its occupants. When food is bound by rules, how do you innovate within limits? 6. Garlic ban. Garlic is a big no-no in the royal kitchen. The strong smell is deemed unacceptable, especially with all the public interactions the family has. Chefs must craft flavorful dishes without it, a culinary challenge for sure. This rule reflects the importance placed on maintaining an impeccable public image, down to the tiniest detail. Royal chefs undergo specialized training to master the art of creating dishes that are both delicious and garlic-free. They often use alternative ingredients, such as shallots or herbs, to achieve similar flavor profiles. The ban also applies to other pungent ingredients that might linger on the breath. This meticulous approach ensures that the family's interactions, whether with dignitaries or the public, remain flawless. By adhering to these restrictions, the royal kitchen exemplifies the discipline and adaptability required to meet the family's unique standards. Every second scheduled. What drives such precision? 5. Activity planning madness. Every royal outing, even a simple walk, requires meticulous planning weeks in advance. From weather forecasts to precise timing, no detail is too small. Spontaneity? Forget it. This level of planning ensures that every aspect of the event runs smoothly, minimizing the risk of any surprises. Staff members often work closely with security teams and event organizers to coordinate these plans, making even the simplest activities a complex operation. Routes are scouted in advance to identify potential risks or obstacles. Staff must also prepare backup plans in case of unexpected changes, such as bad weather. The family's preferences and schedules are factored into every decision, down to the minute. Even the wardrobe choices for these outings are carefully planned to align with the event's tone and setting. This exhaustive preparation highlights the immense effort required to maintain the monarchy's seamless public image. Even pets live a life of luxury. What makes them so special? 4. Special treatment for royal pets. While staff can't bring their own pets, royal animals get the royal treatment. These pampered pooches have gourmet meals, custom beds, and a staff dedicated to their every need. Double standards much? The care provided to royal pets often rivals that given to human family members, with dedicated schedules for grooming, exercise, and even playtime. This treatment highlights the unique priorities of royal life. Each pet's dietary preferences and health requirements are carefully documented and followed. Grooming sessions are conducted by specialists to ensure that the animals look their best at all times. The pets' quarters are often more luxurious than staff accommodations, complete with plush bedding and climate control. Exercise routines are tailored to each animal's breed and energy level, ensuring their physical and mental well-being. This level of care demonstrates the royal family's deep affection for their pets and their commitment to providing them with the best possible lives. A simple meal carries the weight of tradition. 3. Mealtime protocols. Dinner with the royals is not your typical family meal. It's a meticulously choreographed event steeped in tradition and formality. No one is allowed to eat until the monarch takes the first bite, a rule that underscores the hierarchical nature of the royal household. Every aspect of the meal, from the arrangement of dishes to the placement of cutlery, follows a strict order. Staff are trained to anticipate every need, such as refilling glasses or adjusting serving platters, without ever drawing attention to themselves. Interruptions during the meal are not tolerated, and even the faintest sound could be considered a breach of protocol. Before the meal begins, the dining table undergoes rigorous preparation. The tablecloth must be impeccably ironed, with no creases visible, and the silverware polished to a mirror-like shine. The arrangement of plates, glasses, and cutlery follows precise measurements, often requiring rulers to ensure perfect alignment. Floral arrangements, if used, are strategically placed to complement the setting without obstructing views or conversations. The seating plan is carefully crafted, reflecting the hierarchy and significance of each guest. Love meets protocol. How does romance survive the rules? 2. Dating approval needed. For royal staff, even matters of the heart are subject to scrutiny. Before entering into a romantic relationship, staff members must seek approval from palace officials. This rule is not about meddling, it's about maintaining the integrity and image of the royal household. The monarchy is hyper-aware of public perception, and any hint of scandal could have far-reaching consequences. As a result, potential partners are often vetted to ensure they pose no risk to the family's reputation. The approval process can be exhaustive. Background checks are conducted to examine a potential partner's history, social connections, and public behavior. This level of scrutiny ensures that the staff member's relationship will not lead to any conflicts of interest or distractions from their duties. Even after receiving approval, the couple is often advised to keep their relationship discreet to avoid drawing undue attention. When gratitude has boundaries, what's left of the personal touch? 1. No gifts allowed. It might seem harmless to accept a thoughtful token of appreciation, but for royal staff, gifts are strictly off limits. This rule exists to prevent any appearance of favoritism or undue influence within the palace. Whether the gift is a box of chocolates or a valuable piece of jewelry, staff must politely decline. The rationale is simple. Accepting gifts could compromise the integrity of the royal household and lead to accusations of impropriety. This prohibition extends to gifts from the public, dignitaries, and even other staff members. The rule is enforced rigorously, with violations resulting in disciplinary action or termination. To ensure compliance, staff receive training on how to handle gift offers diplomatically. They are taught to express gratitude while firmly declining, a skill that requires both tact and professionalism. The no-gift policy also reflects the broader ethos of selflessness and dedication expected from royal staff. Their loyalty is meant to be unwavering, with no external incentives influencing their behavior. This rule serves as a constant reminder that their primary duty is to the royal family, not to their own personal gain. In rare cases, gifts may be accepted on behalf of the royal family, but they are cataloged and stored rather than kept by individual staff members. Even these exceptions are subject to strict oversight to prevent any misuse. For staff, the no-gift rule is yet another example of the unique constraints that come with working in service of the monarchy. It is a testament to the high standards of integrity and discipline that define life behind palace walls. So, what do you think about the balance between integrity and personal freedoms for those in royal service? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.